Hi, my name's Elaine Ross. I'm the Aquila brand manager. Welcome to beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida. Really excited to be sharing this day with you in the introduction of our brand new Aquila 28 Molokai power catamaran. She's a fantastic vessel from the concept boat arriving months ago to now the official production launch. Now some of you may be asking, why is Aquila getting into a smaller product line? Well, to be quite honest, what we really felt was needed. We've got our 32, 36, 44, 54, and now 70. And as Aquila has continued to develop and evolve over the different model lines, we really felt there was a need to introduce young couples, young families, or fishermen into a Molokai power catamaran. And that's what we've developed now. I'm very excited to be sharing the Aquila 28 with you. Welcome to the unveiling of the Aquila 28 Molokai power catamaran. So in working with Kurt Clark out in the island of Molokai, what really was important to us, obviously, is building a robust boat that can withstand the sea conditions in Hawaii. Why that's important is because of their sea size and their sea state, that correlates to pretty much anywhere in the United States where we're going to have, or around the world. It's going to be very difficult to find a location that is more rough or more treacherous than the Hawaiian Islands. And they can get very big seas there, very confused state, big swells. And so in that development, what you're going to notice when you walk to the boat, you'll notice how wide the beam is, how wide the engines are apart, and then our bridge tunnel clearance is over a foot high. This boat's obviously been equipped with outriggers, which have been installed aftermarket, but they look absolutely fantastic on her. Right now we have her set up for fishing, so we did a little fishing video this morning. Seas were rolling at about 4 to 5 footers, and we put her through her paces and had an absolute blast on her. So what you're gonna notice as you're walking up to her, down at the transom, you're gonna see, obviously, you're gonna see the width of your hulls and then your bridge tunnel clearance. Okay, stepping aboard here, you're going to notice this is nice level height dock to our gunnel, so it's a very easy step on. You're going to notice fishing rod holders, 4 on each gunnel, running down the deck. And also you're going to notice you have non-skid on top of your gunnel, which is very nice to keep you sure-footed. We've got a live 30-gallon live well tank, easy flip lid. You can see we're obviously out fishing today. We didn't run through all of our baits, but they'll be released back to Mother Nature. On top of that, we've got a nice tackle box storage location. Great different setup here, central place for your tools or additional line and lures. To my right, we've got a flip-up lid that has our freshwater wash down. So when you're done messing with your baits or you need to rinse your hands, you can simply open that up, wash your hands, and you're ready to go. One of the really cool things about our transom area is aft seating. And we have a flip-up bolster, simple handle. You pull this down, and now you've got a great seat back here. Enough for one person, and you also have it on the starboard side. Same identical seat. When you're not in use, you can simply tuck it back in, And then you've got all your clearance for your fishing. So tons of room back here. You got tons of deck working space for your fishing fans. Lots of space. You're also going to notice your gunnels. They're at a very safe height, great knee height, just above the knee. So you can really feel locked in when you're leaning over. Another great feature in the aft of the boat is we have a pull away that can be stored in the console area, and I'll get to that in a minute. So one thing that we have is a great aft swim platform or fish fighting deck if you need an additional place to land a fish. And you'll notice that when I step back here, there's just a small step, about 3 inches, and then it levels off to a nice big platform back here. So one of the great things about our leaning post is the addition of extra handrails, as well as our composite leaning post supports. So we've introduced the composite hardtop supports, which would make it more relevant today. On top of that, you also have fishing rod holders. You also have your Kingfish out supports, and like I said earlier, we've put on outriggers on board this boat. As you move forward, you're also going to notice we've got tons of speakers. This boat, as equipped, has been set up with a Fusion premium audio system. On my right, we have additional fish box storage. So tackle storage in here, 2 nice big deep wells for keeping your tackle storage. Easy to use clip. In terms of our seating for our captain or co-pilot or guests, we have really done a very, very nice job in our upholstery. So all of our upholstery is done in-house at Aquila, and they do a fantastic job. So it's very weather resistant, stays cool, holds up over time, very durable, and we wouldn't want anything less, having durable upholstery on a robust boat. Above that, we also have cup holders. So you have 4 cup holders across. Over on the starboard side, you also have your freshwater intake. So underneath that feeds directly to our freshwater tank. Coming forward into the master captain area or navigation area, we've got our console, again, with fantastic handrails to grab. So whether you're standing at steering or if you're just standing here or both, you have additional hand supports here to grab onto in case you're in any rough conditions that you're going through on the water. You obviously have your nice tilt control steering mechanism. You've got your keys, kill switch, and then your throttle. So equipped on this boat, the Aquila 28 Molokai Catamaran comes standard with dual 150 Mercury Outboards. You can upgrade that to 2 by 200 horsepower Mercury Outboards, which are white in color, or if you elect, you can go black also. So what we've got on here on board this Aquila 28 is our base electronics package, which includes 1 LCD Ray Marine. Underneath that, we've got all nice push button controls. So very easy to use, very well laid out, very good ergonomics on board here. In addition to that, we've got 2 cup holders. Right below that, we've got a nice glove box. We have USB connections in here. To the left, we've got our windshield wiper, and then we've got our navigation lights. One of the coolest things, because I'm not very tall, so one of the things I always like to do is try to get up as high as I can just to make sure I can see the entire boat sometimes, and that comes in handy when you're docking or different scenarios. You don't always need to be that high, but when you do, it's nice to have something in place on board a boat. So one thing that Aquila has really incorporated based on feedback is this drop-down platform. So it gives you about an additional 4 inches to step up on, which really gives you perfect line of sight clearance from your aft all the way to your bow. Now, I personally don't like to be standing on this too much when I'm actually out driving the boat because I'm a little bit too high. I prefer to have a little bit lower center of gravity. So in the times that I am out in the water, navigating at speed, I normally flip this up, and that way I feel a little bit more tucked in the console area. But either way, it works. It's a great functional tool to have on board for those that are a little bit vertically challenged. We've got our VHF above. We also have our outrigger controls tucked away nicely. And then one of the really cool features on board is our high-tech composite posts, support posts for our hardtop, in addition to our 2-side windshields and our front main windshield. This gives you excellent protection from inclement weather or wind or rain. So when you need a windshield wiper, great to have. The Aquila 28 Molokai Catamaran has one included. As we move forward into the bow area now, One of the really neat features about the Aquila 28 is how we've maximized the use of space on board. And one of the areas that we wanted to focus on with the Aquila 28 is not just purely a fishing vessel, although she is a fishing boat primarily, but she's just as equally a family boat and spending time out at the sandbar, the beach, or on the lake, visiting loved ones or friends and family. One of my favorite places to sit on board here, other than when I'm driving, is sitting up here in this seat. So you got room for two, but it's really a really cool seat to sit at. What we found that we really needed to incorporate was a head on board the boat, or a place to go in and get dressed, or just a place to store additional equipment on board. Tons of storage on board, but if you need to put some bigger, bulkier items, this is a great place to do it. So as we open up this, you'll get a sense of the idea of the space in board here. We've got a little portalet inboard. We also have our picnic table, which slots in just here. So right now we don't have it in place, but she's tucked away on a pedestal leg that simply clips into place, and then you have a nice place to sit around and enjoy your drinks or lunch. One of the things you're going to notice is plenty of headroom for me. Obviously, tons of headroom, probably enough in here for a 6-foot person plus. You also have ample knee height or knee width room, whether facing the bow or facing the side. One of the great features that Aquila really pays attention to, not only in the 28 Molokai cat, but all the way up to our 70-foot luxury power cat, is our electronics runs and making sure that everything is nice, clean, tucked away. You're gonna see that we have nice connections to our transducer. Our electrical runs are all very clean and tidy. We also have a little hatch in here. So if you need some additional air in here, you can open that up and you'll get some pass-through air. Okay, as we move further towards the bow, what you're going to notice again, you've got your great seating directly in front of the console. To your port, to my port and my starboard, you've got additional recliners, and then you've got a bench seat that runs across the width of the boat. Really great little areas underneath this. On the port and the starboard side, you've got coolers, insulated coolers. So if you want to throw your drinks in here or your sandwiches, great place to put them, tucked away out of everybody's way. In addition to that, if you're not using it as a family boat for the day, let's say you're heading offshore and going fishing and you're potentially going to have fish on board and so forth, you can remove all of these upholstery cushions easily, put them on the dock or at the house or in the truck for the day. In addition to that, you can remove your backrest. That way it's going to give you ample, you're going to have ample walking distance around. You're not going to have any obstructions with any upholstery. And you've got non-skid underneath, non-skid FRP underneath, so it's easy to step up from your main deck onto your seating area and then up onto your foredeck. Okay, moving up to our bow area, what you're going to notice, we've got a great casting net area. It's big, it's probably about close to 4 feet wide. Easy to step up here. You've got oversized pop-up cleats, so when you're not using them, they fold down so they're not a trip hazard or toe stubber, as I like to call them, but they tuck away nice and flush with the deck. In addition to that, on the port and starboard side, you've got locker storage. All of this drains directly outboard. You also, in your center locker, we have our anchor, and to repeat on the port side, you've got additional storage in here, which today we have our throw net stored in there. There is an option on the Aquila 28. If you want to add a windlass, we do have a windlass option that can be tucked in and included on the Aquila 28. But depends on your fishing preference. Some don't like windlass, some do. So we really leave that up to you as our customer and our family member to choose what best suits your boating needs. The really great thing about here is the cast netting. We use it a lot when we go fishing with our family. We sit up here, and my nephew is a great cast net thrower, and he sits up here. We put him in the right location. He tosses the net, pulls it up. We drop it straight into the live well in the back of the boat, and off we go. So full of live bait. Works fantastic, keeps the boat clean. Really great area to do your work as a throw netter up here. Standing on the bow of the boat, looking aft, one of the nice features on board the boat, you're going to see the Razer Lumatec Floodlight. So if you're heading out on the water and you need to find your channel markers or you're looking for bait fish, at night or early morning dawn. Really great light to have, searchlight to have on board. Underneath that, we've also got a nice working deck space light, so to light up your entire deck up here if you're working in the evening, out fishing or out with friends, or if you're working pre-dawn catching your bait fish. So really great, nice lights to have on board the boat. As we move further aft in our main deck level, we've got dry storage or additional very large storage lined bins on our main deck. Followed aft of that, we've got 2 fish boxes, one on each side, very large, oversized. So plenty of storage for your fish on your catch for the day, or if you just want to load them up with ice and drinks and whatnot, or store what you need to have stored. So in closing, I really want to thank you for joining me on this adventure on the new Aquila 28 Molokai Power Catamaran. One of the most impressive things to me about the boat is simply her running out in the water. I've been on a lot of boats in my life. I've never been on a boat that cuts through the water like she does. The design that Kurt Clark and the Aquila design team have done on this Aquila 28 is really bar none. It's impeccable out on the water. It's a durable boat, robust boat. Takes on big seas, light seas, super fuel efficient, and jumps out of the hole shot very easily. If you'd like to learn more about the Aquila 28 Molokai Power Catamaran, please visit your local MarineMax store, or if you're an international client, please locate your nearest international Aquila dealer and contact them. Or you can learn more at aquilaboats.com. Thanks again for joining me on the viewing of the beautiful and robust Aquila 28 Molokai Power Catamaran.